Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to Paula's Kitchen. This is episode 3. Thank you for sticking with us throughout these. We're kind of having fun with it. So what some of you said when we posted the Sloppy Joe's recipe is that you like the idea of quick and easy weeknight meals. So I have one for you today. This is truly the simplest, easiest, quickest stir fry you will ever make. And the thing about a stir fry is whatever you happen to have in your veggie drawer, you can throw in the pan. So come on, let's see what we've got. I've got some boneless chicken at the grocery store, so that's going to be my meat. And then in the veggie drawer, it looks like I've got a head of broccoli, I've got a sweet onion, I've got some carrots, a green pepper, and some garlic. Let me grab those, let me get to chopping a little bit, and I will be right back with you.
For a good stir fry, you want to grab 4 or 5 fresh vegetables. So let me start with my broccoli. I cut those into bite-sized florets, which broccoli makes easy to do. For my carrots, I buy the mini carrots in bags, and I just diagonally slice those into 2 or 3 chunks. I grab some celery. I cut that into bite-sized chunks as well. Green pepper, some fresh bite-sized chunks of that. And then the exact same thing with the sweet onion. Approximately maybe about a cup of each of those. So now I've got my veggies staged and ready to move on.
I pulled out some boneless chicken. So let's take a look at our ingredients. I've got 5 different fresh vegetables that we're going to throw in our stir fry. We have a clove of garlic and we have some boneless chicken. And then the sauce is what really makes this stir fry delicious. It's made of really 4 ingredients, some soy sauce, sugar, cornstarch, and water. And we're going to serve it over rice. All right, friends and fans, we are at the point where we are going to cube our chicken for the stir fry. And typically what I do is I grab 1 to 1.5 chicken breasts per person. So there's 2 of us and we love leftovers, so I'm going to do 3 boneless chicken breasts, and they're already cleaned by our butcher at the grocery store. So really simple. I just kind of run my knife down to cut them in a strip, and then I just go across and cube them. And that is totally up to you how big a cube you do for your stir fry. This is really nice chicken breast, so we know it's going to be very tasty. So
at this point, I mince 1 clove of garlic.
So before I start the actual stir fry, I want to put my sauce ingredients together. There are only 4 of them, and I take no credit for this. I actually found this recipe many years ago when I was a young bride in a women's magazine, in a Kikkoman soy sauce ad in the magazine. So there's 4 ingredients. I'm going to first add 1.5 cups of just water, 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cornstarch that we will use to thicken that sauce a little bit. There's 1. And those of you that work with cornstarch, you know it's a little stubborn with regard to actually dissolving. So I will work with that for a moment and be right back with you. Next step, we are now over at the stove, and I'm going to get my rice started. I actually have white rice in the house, so that's what I'm going to make, but brown rice would work, jasmine rice, whatever your favorite. So let me get the rice water started. And the second thing I need to do is a couple of the veggies need a little bit of pre-cooking before we actually stir fry them, and that would be the broccoli and the carrots. I do that in the microwave. Typically it takes 8 minutes or so to cook them through, so I'm just going to cook them for 4, and then the rest will finish in the stir fry pan. And we are ready to stir fry. I've got my biggest frying pan. I don't own a wok. If you have a wok, feel free to use one. I'm just using my biggest Revere pan. So let me get the fire on. Kind of medium high. I need 2 tablespoons of oil. I'm a big fan of olive oil. There's 1. And there's 2. And the garlic and the chicken go in together to the pan. Because this sauce is so delicious, I do not salt or pepper the chicken. I just cook it as is, and it picks up some of the flavor from the garlic. So we are going to brown the chicken over the medium-high heat. Probably take us 10 minutes or so. So we will check back throughout the cooking process and let you know how things are going. Okay folks, we're about 5 minutes in. It's starting to whiten up the chicken. It's got a nice sizzle to it, and the smell of the garlic is really making both of us hungry. How you doing there, my cameraman?
I'm hungry.
Yeah, it'll get worse before it gets better. We'll be feeding you shortly. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Checking in 5 minutes later, it is starting to cook down. The water that was in the chicken is starting to evaporate, and we're getting to the point where it's going to start browning up a little bit. So next time you see us, we'll be ready to take this brown chicken out of the pan. We are ready. That took probably more like 15 minutes to brown up the chicken, but if you take a look, you can see that it's lightly browned on all sides. So I am going to pull it out of the pan with my slotted spatula, and I'm going to just put it in a bowl for now because it's time to stir fry the veggies. And whatever oil, flavored oil, is in the bottom of the pan, I kind of want to hang on to that. So it's flavored with the garlic and the chicken. And I find that I probably need to add just a smidge more oil just to get those veggies stir fried. So, doesn't matter what order you put them in, throw some onion in. And some celery, some green pepper, and my partially cooked broccoli and carrots. And let me get those going. Now the goal here is to cook these, about 5 or 7 minutes until they too start to turn light brown. And you find that the celery starts to turn first. So kind of keep an eye on your celery and onions. And we will stir fry this for a little bit, and we'll be right back. My timer just went off on the rice, so let me just quickly fluff that with a fork. Oh, that looks fab. I am such a fan of just old-fashioned white rice. So that is ready to serve, and I'll give my veggies a toss as well since I'm here. They're not quite turning brown, but they're wilting a little bit, so we're getting there. We are both getting incredibly hungry. We'll see you in a minute. So we made this sauce a little bit ago, and the cornstarch does tend to settle. So give it a quick stir and make sure that it's well mixed, because once our veggies are browned, we are going to get this going. And that smells incredible. Now, this is a stir constantly while it comes to a boil. So it takes a couple minutes. And we are going to get our soy sauce and cornstarch mixture to a boil, and then once it boils, of course, it's going to thicken up and really start to smell fabulous. So you can see what happens with this sauce. Once it starts to boil, it becomes thick and beautiful. Next step, I'm going to grab my chicken and put it back in the pan. Stir it back in with the veggies and the sauce, and literally just cook this for a couple minutes to mix the flavors together, and it will be ready to serve. Not a moment too soon. Let's pour the wine. At long last, we are ready to plate up the stir fry. Let me grab the rice. Fluffy and beautiful rice. Like I said, whatever kind of rice you have, we've also, oh, I made a mess. We also have made this with brown rice, and it's very delicious. Pick that up. All right, and now look how beautiful this stir fry looks. It is so yummy and so colorful too. And honest to goodness, you guys, this sauce is so amazing.
And there's no mushrooms in this.
No, but there could be.
Yeah.
I mean,
we
if
just
you
don't put them in because I'm allergic.
Right, but you certainly could. The other thing you could do, if you have water chestnuts, throw in a can of those drained. If you have pineapple chunks, that's also awesome in this stir fry. All right, we are going over to the table. We're going to eat.
All right. Looks fabulous.
I might go for seconds, I admit it. I'm hungry and I love the veggies. I love the chicken, but I love the veggies more.
All right, let's give it a try. First of all, let's have a toast.
Yeah.
Here's to all our good friends.
Yeah. Wherever you are out in the world.
Media.
Here's to all our good friends.
And let's see what we got. Mmm.
Tastes great.
It does.
And I feel like we earned it today.
We did. This was a hard one to film.
Yeah, a lot of moving parts, a lot of ingredients, but that's how stir fries are. And boy, once the clock starts ticking, you got to keep busy on a stir fry. It's very, very good though. And I encourage you guys to try it with whatever you have in the house. It's really good.
Okay, let me finish chewing this. If you're looking for something to do during this quarantine time, I found a couple really good shows online. One is on Facebook Live and the other one's on YouTube. Number one, Facebook Live, Bob Carroll Show, every single day from 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock. You'll laugh, you'll cry, but more importantly, you just might learn something and you will have a good time. He is a terrific performer, and he does a trivia show every single day. You've seen him.
It's really a lot of fun. That's Pacific time, 2 to 3, so you'd have to adjust depending where you are.
Yeah, it'd be 5 to 6 Eastern. And
yeah,
whatever.
Facebook Live. It's such fun.
And then on YouTube, there's this terrific family. They're called the Tucker family, and they live in California, and the name of their...
91 Reasons is their YouTube channel. They're over in Buena Park.
Look them up, because you know what? You will love them.
They're so adorable. They're so fun. We just laugh and laugh. They're just a family, and they're doing this quarantine vlog. It's really a lot of fun.
It is. They are really a lot of fun. Anyway, I hope you had a good time on this, right, Paula?
We hope you did. We worked hard on this stir fry, and it's wafting up, smelling great.
Yeah,
so I'm ready to
dig
dig in.
All right. I hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time, everybody.
Thanks for joining us. Make a stir fry.